Hey, good morning, Lachlan. This is a demo video for you for the TFU2 V2 from Korbanth. You had swooped this up for me before I ended my live stream last night. I had installed this on a live stream. Installed the Proffie, and I'll show you everything. But as far as the outside, I put a DEFCON bird leather wrap on here. So I went from one end all the way to the other end to make it look more accurate. I did weather this, so this comes shiny, of course, and I broke it down with a Scotch-Brite pad and some steel wool, and then went over it with some aluminum black, and then tried to make it look, more accurate. Feels like you're way zoomed in. There you go. So, yeah, just like that. So hopefully you like the way that came out. It'll look a lot better or a lot different in person. You've got this red jewel. This is a shine-through jewel. This comes from Korbanth. It is a plastic jewel that I glued in. If in the future you wanted to change this out, I know my buddy Rob Sotomayor over at Sorok Sabers custom machines this in like a brass or an aluminum and put some different color cobochones in there. So that's always an option. All right. I left your blade plug in here for now to show you that it has some shine through, but I'll take that out and show you everything that's going on. To get to the chassis, you just want to unscrew the handle. When you unscrew the handle, just pop it right off. So some of the things that are different on the V2 is the ID of the handle is bigger, so it fits that 28mm speaker all the way through the handle. You have plungers for switches, so your front plunger here will be your power. Your back plunger will be your auxiliary. And this is your chassis. So you've got a removable battery setup, a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker. You've got a Proffie board up here, so easy access to your SD card and your micro USB. And then on this side, if you can see right here, you have a kill switch. All right. I did put a Smuggler's Outpost emblem right here. And in hindsight on this chassis, I probably shouldn't have done that because I went right through the material. This is something that I didn't choose to print again, though, because it wasn't hurting anything, and it's still very easy to see what that is. And there's still no wires showing or anything like that. So that's what that is right there. I did put a 10 pixel accent strip underneath these holes right here. And it says Solo Sabers over here for me. I put another 10 pixel accent strip over here underneath these holes, and it says The Force Unleashed right here in Arabic. Okay. I put an additional however many holes. I forget how many. I think there's like 12 to 15 holes right here, right underneath the board shelf on both sides, because I wanted shine through. So you get some shine through, you get some shine through in these holes. You get additional shine through these holes up top, and then you'll get shine through all of the places on the Proffie board that I did not solder to. So there's a lot of things going on here. And we throw a battery in. I won't be sending a battery, but when you get one, I would suggest taking the sticker off. This is a Keep Power 18650. I did take the sticker off. This little metal strip that's underneath your wrapping, it needs to go outside of the chassis just to give yourself a little bit extra room, and I'll show you what I mean by that. I have that metal strip riding about right here, right outside of the chassis. So not in the chassis and not out here, okay? But when we turn the, or just come over here and flip the kill switch, and you see all that shine through I was talking about up top through the Proffie board on the other side. Easier to see that way, right? Until we turn this on. And you got twist off. These are on a timer as well, so if you decide to not turn on the saber right away, these will time out so they don't kill your battery. All right, but once you get the battery on, just go ahead and throw the handle on. It is a little bit of a snug fit, but it goes on just like that, and then we'll screw it on. Tighten it all the way down, just like that. So now we can come over here and hit power. You got nice shine through in your jewel right here. Blade plug lights up nice and bright. Pretty loud saber. And we'll take your blade plug out. This has a lot of sound resonance. I think my chassis stops about right here or so. So you have like, you know, from here to here is all sound resonance. Your blade retention screw is right here. All right, so we'll go ahead and come over here and loosen that up just a hair. Blade plug will slide right out. That's what that looks like. So I'll make sure that is included with your saber. You've got a Carl Chen PCB in there for your Neopixel connector, and all those light up. And we'll throw a blade in here. This takes a 1-inch diameter Neopixel blade. I am using a short TriStar test blade, but this guy is set up for a full-length blade. All right, so we'll put this blade in here and lock it down. Your soundtrack is a long press on the power. And then a long press to turn it off. This has the one sound font on it. This is the Apologize sound font that my buddy Jesse made me. So when you hit auxiliary to change sound fonts, you'll hear that. Apologize. Right, so this is the sound font that I give out with my builds. A copy of the config file is on the SD card, so you can see what I did. Those two Neopixel strips on the chassis are wired in parallel with each other, but they're broken out into 3 subblades. So this saber has a total of 4 blade styles per font. You know, you got your main blade, then you've got the first 4 LEDs on those 2 strips, then you've got the next 2 LEDs on those 2 strips, and finally you've got the last 4 LEDs on those 2 strips. Okay, so again, just like that. All right, so we'll go ahead and take the blade out, and I'll put your blade plug back in so I don't forget it. And we'll go over showing how the kill switch is functional. All right, this does slide all the way in there. You can put it all the way in there that far if you want to, and then we'll lock it down. And we'll take the handle back off. There were no chassis retention screws on this hilt, so it is held in with a little bit of E6000. All right, and it's plenty strong enough to do everything. It is an all-in-one hilt, so if you were to take this out, the 2 tactile switches for your plungers are on the chassis. The main Neopixel connector is on your chassis. This is basically an all-in-one chassis, but the E6000 holds it in place. All right, let's turn it on. I'll show you the kill switch works. Just come right here and flip it, and it turns everything off just like it should. All right, when you're done, come over here from the positive side, pop the battery out just like that. And that is basically the TFU2. Let me know if you got any questions. I'm going to try to get this out in the mail to you today. Thanks.